Hello, everyone. And again, thank you for taking the time to come to this great ceremony. My speech is going to be a little bit long, so strap in. What does it mean to be a scout? I kept asking myself this question when I was writing this speech last night. As I was writing, however, I realized that there's one good example of what being a scout is all about. You know it, you hate it, the Gettysburg trip. I feel like I shouldn't go into detail, but I will anyway. Basically, for those who don't know, the plan for the Gettysburg trip was to stay at a campsite near Gettysburg for a weekend and see the exhibits at the Gettysburg Museum and walk some trails around the battlefield. Well, I guess Mother Nature had a vendetta against us because it rained almost the entire day on Saturday. Normally this wouldn't be a little annoying, but nothing terrible. Except on this trip, the ground of the camp got extremely muddy and water got into everyone's tent. Absolutely everything was dirty and wet for the rest of the trip and had to be washed extensively when we got back to Legion on Sunday. Even though this wasn't the greatest of trips, there were several principles of scouting that were played during the trip. First, the scout motto, be prepared, and its importance was reinstated during this trip and how it needs to be prepared for anything, even worst case scenarios. Additionally, the scout oath and law was present as scouts tried to help each other through the bad times, especially when one scout gave a sweatshirt to a very cold and very wet scout. And finally, this trip showed that scouting is all about once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. Where else besides scouting is one going to be able to go camping and visit Gettysburg, or, for another example, travel to Key West and go sailing and snorkeling for a week? These things are what scouting is all about, living through scouting principles at all times. As one leader once said, once a scout, always a scout. I know that the many lessons that I've learned throughout my scouting career will stay with me for the rest of my life, and I'll forever cherish the memories that I've made along the way. However, it would be impossible for me to get through scouting, let alone become an Eagle Scout, without some very important people. So I'd like to dedicate the rest of my time to those people. To the leaders, thank you for teaching us the important life skills such as how to tie an important knot or how to navigate using a map and compass. Also, thank you for doing all the planning for trips, even if it means doing 1.5 years of planning just for 1 week at sea base. To all my friends, new and old, thank you for helping me make great memories, such as catching fish down by the dock of Winnebago, or staying up way too late in our tents playing Uno. To all the parent volunteers who have helped out on camping trips and with Eagle Scout projects, thank you for taking time out of your day, weekend, or week to make sure the leaders didn't have their hands full all the time. And to my family, thank you for your constant support and encouragement, especially my brother, who gave me all the insider secrets about becoming an Eagle Scout. And of course, thank you my mom and dad for everything that you've done for me in my journey throughout Boy Scouts. Thank you for your everlasting support and advice, and thank you for your constant reminders to get ready for the next troop event, or email that merit badge counselor, or finish that merit badge requirement, even if I want to do neither of those things at that minute of that hour of that day of that week. I'd like to end off with a quote that I've kept true for a long time, and I believe some great advice in general. Whatever happens, happens. All that matters is how you respond to it. Thank you.